The Science Center here in Burlington High School is home to all manner of creatures, including Ezekiel, a crawfish.
Crayfish, crawfish, crawdaddies, crawdids, however you want to describe it, are all encompassing the same animal. So if you come from the south, you might call them, crawdads or crawdaddies, and if you come up here, they're crayfish. So it really just has to do with the regional culture of wherever you live. A crayfish is what is called a crustacean. So if you've ever met a lobster or a crab, they are cousins or related to other animals like lobsters and crabs.
Wendy Pavlicek uses Ezekiel to teach Burlington students about creatures that live in the water.
They always say, oh, it's a baby lobster. Even though they're related to lobsters, they're very similar in most aspects, the way their body is and the behaviors they do. The other thing that's really neat is they always notice that the crayfish only moves backwards when it's startled. So they flick their tail and they can only move in that certain position backwards to get away, but they can slowly crawl forward. But when I show them kind of the defense system that they have, it's called like the flicking motion where they flick backwards, and kids are just really attractive to how they swim or flick away to go away from predators. Let's see if I can get him to come out. So you saw some of that little tail flicking there. The other thing you'll notice, which I always think of SpongeBob SquarePants, if you've ever seen that children's cartoon, is their eyes are raised and kind of on pedestals, as they call them, and they can independently move from each other. So you'll notice that they have really big raised eyes, but believe it or not, they don't have the best vision. They can see movement really well, but it's why they have these look how long those antennas are. And you'll notice that Ezekiel is flicking his tail, and that's again to try to get away. Obviously knows he's out of the water, and he's kind of moving that major claw around in a circle, ready to pinch.
Now you know a little more about the creatures who call Burlington home.